News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks. Mass firings of federal workers have begun as Republicans work to put more pressure on Democrats to end the government shutdown. More than 4,000 employees are on the chopping block, and the White House says even more cuts are under consideration. Military personnel are also set to miss a paycheck soon. Bloomberg's Amy Morris has more from Washington.
The federal government shutdown is raising anxiety levels among service members and their families because those in uniform are working without pay. Advocates say many military families live paycheck to paycheck. And during previous shutdowns, Congress passed quick fixes to make sure troops did keep getting those paychecks. That didn't happen this time, and once lawmakers return, they'll only have 2 days to act before Wednesday's regular payday. In Washington, Amy Morris, Bloomberg Radio.
Wall Street had its worst day in months after President Trump announced new 100% tariff threats on Chinese imports. Bloomberg's Ed Kalegi has details.
President Trump says he would impose an additional 100% tariff on China, as well as export controls on any and all critical software beginning November 1st, hours after threatening to cancel an upcoming meeting with the country's leader, Xi Jinping. But Trump acknowledged Friday that he could retreat from his massive tariff escalation if the Chinese backed down from threatened restrictions on rare earths, while saying that it was still possible that he could meet Xi later this month. Ed Kalegi, Bloomberg Radio.
Meantime, crypto market traders were hit by record liquidations following Trump's tariff announcement. More than $19 billion in bets were wiped out and more than 1.6 million traders liquidated. Bitcoin also took a big dive. It's now hovering around 110,000 after hitting record highs just last week. Big banks will start reporting earnings this coming week. Abby Yoder, senior U.S. equity strategist at JPMorgan Chase.
There's been a little bit of concern given some notable bankruptcies over the past couple of weeks, like what's going on with the lower end consumer. We can get that read through banks. And so that's something that we're going to be focused on. And then also, what's their outlook for the economy?
Abby Yoder of JPMorgan Chase Bank on Bloomberg Open Interest. She says a lot of this depends on the Fed's next move on interest rates at the end of the month. U.S. troops are arriving in Israel now as part of the day-old ceasefire agreement in Gaza. Dan Shapiro is former U.S. ambassador to Israel and a fellow at the Atlantic Council. He talked to ABC News about what's next under this peace plan.
Phase 2, much harder. It's very complicated. It's going to require weeks and months of negotiations on disarming Hamas, on reconstructing Gaza, on bringing in Palestinian security.
Meantime, the window for hostages to come back home is now open, but those who survive captivity face a difficult adjustment period. Luis Har was taken by Hamas 2 years ago.
When we see the people here in Israel, I believe, not before. They need time.
Har endured 129 days in captivity in southern Gaza before he was rescued last year. French President Emmanuel Macron has reappointed Sébastien Lecornu as prime minister a week after Lecornu resigned. He's now set to name a new cabinet and propose a new budget this week to try to get it passed by the end of the year. Seismologists say a new 6.8 magnitude earthquake has hit the Philippines in the same region where a magnitude 7.4 tremor hit yesterday. At least 7 people died there. Here at home, National Guard troops are patrolling Memphis for the first time as part of President Trump's federal task force. The deployment comes a day after a federal judge in Illinois blocked troop deployment to Chicago for at least 2 weeks. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker.
We're going to take them to court. We think we're going to get the right results because we know that it's unconstitutional for him to attack our states and our cities the way that he has.
Oregon's Attorney General says he expects a ruling on deployments to Portland in the coming days. Terrifying moments in Tennessee where 19 people are now missing and feared dead following an explosion at a plant where workers handle and store military-grade explosives. Humphreys County Sheriff Chris Davis says the blast obliterated the building.
There's nothing to describe. It's gone. It's the most devastating scene in my career.
Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused it. President Trump is in, quote, exceptional health. That's according to his physician, who evaluated him on Friday at Walter Reed Medical Center ahead of the president's planned trips to the Middle East and Asia. The doctor notes Trump's cardiac age is more than a decade younger than his actual age of 79. Las Vegas has a new dynasty.
That's 3 of a kind for the Las Vegas Aces.
That sound courtesy of ESPN. The Aces defeating the Phoenix Mercury 97-86 last night to win their third WNBA championship in 4 years. Superstar Asia Wilson was named Finals MVP. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks, and this is Bloomberg.